Good afternoon, and I made this on a Friday, so I'm going to tell you about the Friday night news dump. Not what it's going to be this week, it's a news dump, but why do we still have it? I mean, in modern technology, can't you just pick up the phone and figure out what your news is? So like and subscribe and hate and comment below. Originally, the Friday night news dump came from the very fact that, well, people didn't, in the newspaper industry, didn't work that much on Saturdays. Either they didn't have a Saturday edition or was really, really small, or if you had a Saturday, if you're in the office on a Saturday, you were trying to prepare for a Sunday. So a lot of stuff gets lost on a Friday night. And even with the modern age, with television and radio, you drop something off at 4 o'clock. A researcher in NBC or CBS or ABC just doesn't have enough time to get it ready for the 6 o'clock news. It just doesn't happen. Now, if it's a really, really, really awful story, then the Friday night news dump doesn't work. But so many bad things have been released on Fridays, from action reports on Benghazi to Clinton Whitewater stuff to deaths in Iraq during the Bush and Clinton and Bush administrations to you name it. Friday kind of has a lot of bad stuff. Not just presidents. It's not all Donald Trump. Governors, mayors, city officials, release them too. If the FBI is not going to indict somebody, you do it on a Friday night. It actually happens. If they decided not to charge anybody in the district attorney, you usually report it to, you leak it to the press on a Friday. You know why? Because sometimes you still want to smear the guy if you really think he did something. But why does it exist today? I mean, look, there's internet and, 3 news channels, and why is it still a thing? Well, it's still a thing because your researchers really just don't want to work on Saturdays. It's just the case. Most of the TV shows on Saturdays are already pre-planned, even if they're live. Be it Michael Spurkanish or Joy or SE Cup, or they're basically already in the can of what they're going to be. Now, yeah, if there's something super, super big that comes on Friday, they will stick it in the broadcast, but usually it doesn't always flow. And do you really want to rewrite a show that airs on Saturday? Probably not. That's why there still is a Friday night news dump. And for the Sunday shows, same thing. A lot of those segments are taped on Fridays or early Saturday when people are, still in town. They haven't had a chance to go through all the news and come up with the stories. That's why sometimes you'll see Friday night news dump articles go in on Mondays. And to her credit, Rachel Maddow does occasionally do a section on Friday for the Friday night news dump. But conservative and liberal media is guilty of this. For the most part, they don't care about the Friday night news dump, no matter how bad it is. Unless it's so, so bad that, you would interrupt your broadcast about it. And it almost never happens. So the Friday night news dump exists, and, even in the age of, going to your phone 3 seconds later and seeing the worst blown call in the history of the NFC Championship this week, even though, there were worse blown calls and bad calls happen. Sorry, Saints fans. The Friday night news dump will probably exist for the long term. So my name is Frank. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. And my gambling bets, both football and Oscar. Who bets on the Oscars? I do. That's who. Coming out later on. Thanks.